Works. Okay, I'm gonna go check my LinkedIn. Uh, is this thing working? I believe it's working. I believe we're live, Victor. My
Yeah,
goodness, we're
great.
live. We did it.
Let's go.
So awesome. So I just want to play this jingle for you. You know it?
Cierra la puerta. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Are we ready to
Okay.
go?
Okay, we're ready to go. I think we're live. I think we're live. We should be live on LinkedIn. We should also be live on Instagram if these tools work correctly.
Wow, wow. You all over,
Uh,
huh?
we'll
Faisal, man, you're an inspirational guy, man. I love you from day one. Let's go.
Thanks,
Where
my
I
man.
met you? I met you in Dubai, no? Yeah, with the
I met you first in Dubai. We must have crossed paths in Miami and Las Vegas because I've been going
yeah,
to
I,
the.
I remember you from Miami, but I never talked to you. It wasn't until I met you, yeah, until I saw you again in Dubai, and that's when I said, this
You
is the
you
guy.
remember me from Miami?
100% because the 10X hat and the nice suit and the nice sport jacket and the nice shoes. Come on, man. I don't forget.
No way. Geez, man, I had no idea. And I met you in Dubai at Miriam's event, and
Yep.
it was in the Burj Al Arab when we went
Yeah.
for afternoon. We had an event there. We had dinner there, and I was actually I remember we were having that coffee that made your lips gold. Like it's like $100
The-
coffee.
No, yeah, $150 coffee that supposedly got gold and with tasting in. Yeah, yeah. I remember. That was
Exactly.
a great experience. But anyway, how you
But
doing,
that's
my friend?
that's yeah, great, great, man. Thanks for coming live with me because I really want to. I know I turn to you for advice sometimes. You're
Mm-hmm.
always there. I listen to your podcast as well. So I saw you, I noticed you, but you didn't look very approachable when I first saw you. You kind of looked a bit mean, Victor. You look like
No,
yeah, you
I'm the
did. I'm
nicest
telling you.
guy on the planet Earth. I got the biggest heart, the softest heart that anybody can have.
But I didn't talk to you then. And then when you went on
Uh,
stage, you gave your speech and you told your story about your childhood
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as an immigrant coming from Mexico to the USA. You
Yes, sir.
started at 6 years old, you were planting seeds on the floor, if I
100%.
remember
On the
correctly,
cornfields, yeah, yep.
and you were planting them so fast that your boss thought you were cheating.
Yep, yep, 100%. He marked the fence with the flaggers to identify that that's the ones I planted, so he can come back and see because he thought that I may plant all and it was going to be a pile of branches come out, right? But no, no. So he actually identified that that was the every 2 feet, every 2 feet, every 2 feet. So I was the most consistent. So he started giving me all the tasks when I got to eight and all that stuff. And Salvador, he's the one that kind of helped me big time when I was
So
little.
then you got into construction.
I went to so I came to United States at the age of 13. I was picking oranges, then going to a nursery planting plants, and then from there I went into construction at the age of 16.
Got it. Okay. And then, so what happened then was um, you, if I remember correctly, created your own construction company at some point.
September 27, 2007, I started one of the biggest construction companies in Central Florida as a subcontractor. Yeah,
With what capital?
zero, just a dream of think that I can do it better, that with one job I was going to retire. I didn't know into the BS that I was going to go in through because you don't know what you don't know, right? Before, what you think you know, it doesn't hurt you as much. Now, what you don't know that you don't know, that's the one that's going to kill you, that you don't see it coming, and boom, it's going to kill you, right? So, yeah, I go, a lot of businesses start from thinking that they can do it better, that they can do it faster, that they can treat their customers with more respect, that they can pay their employees more. So you always broke. You always broke when you start a business. If you don't have the right strategy, you're always going to be broke. You better have deep pockets. And I was selling houses to be able to continue with my business. I was asking my uncles for money, my dad, my brothers, everybody. I was asking a lot of people for money to be able to keep going, to keep going. 2010 came in. Guess what? You have to decide lose your houses or continue the business. I decided to keep going with the business and I lost everything else. Everything, everything. I live in a house for 5 years, 5 years that I lost that back in that recession.
So you lost your house in 2010.
100%.
From
100%.
2007 you started to 2010 you lost your house, and then
2007 I started. 2010 I lost everything because of the 2008 recession.
geez, and then you still had three kids, right, and your wife.
100%. So, we got Sophia 16 years old, Sebastian 14, and Brianna 11, at 12 now.
12, yeah, I've met all three of them.
Yeah, beautiful, good
Bri-
kids.
Brianna, I speak to her in Spanish. She tells me I've got a Colombian accent, but I only speak like 5 words. But anyway,
She's
um,
more than that.
but anyway, but what I want to talk to you about was really when I heard your story on stage, and then you grew a company to around 150 million
No, 100
dollars.
plus, 100 plus $1 million.
Okay, now when you say that, what do you mean? That's annual revenue or the valuation?
Revenue. No, annual revenue.
Okay. And like when somebody says annual revenue, now that doesn't make you, and I'm asking you stupid questions, okay? But it it doesn't mean that you have 100 million, 50 million in your
No,
in your pocket.
100% no.
Profit is like probably 20% good profit margin?
5, 7. So
7% profit.
yeah, so the thing is sometimes a lot of people think doing big revenues is good, and it's not. You got to concentrate on adding value to the customer and how you add, get your maximum profits from what you're doing. So we was always crushing it, right? We had a lot of tension and other stuff, but at the end of the day, we was only probably bringing 5, 7% profit, which is stupid. I always say stupid because I'd rather be doing 20 million than doing 20% profit, right? So you concentrate on better customers or be better for your customers so you can add more value and you can be more profitable because when you expand too much, when you thin and narrow, thin and wide, is domino effect. Something falls down, it affects the rest of the jobs, the rest of the business, the rest of the company, the rest of the profits, because you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. So you're going through all these situations that is no fun. There's no
So,
fun.
so we've got a question come in here. What kept you going, Victor? How did you deal with what you didn't know when you talk about you don't know what you don't know?
Yeah, so that's great. A lot of times in life, we are business owners. We think we know it all, right? Because we're good at something. So you go into the process and you get locked down in the business, and you don't see the outside, what's happening around, and really you don't have anybody telling you, anybody um, guiding you. You don't have any mentors. You don't have any experience. And when you in the weeds, in the trenches, you don't got time to ask questions. And somebody probably out there told me, "Hey, Victor, you're doing this wrong." I didn't listen. I was too busy trying to grow a business, and I was building it wrong. So 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 what kept me going is that I wanted to be obsessed on making it, to prove that it can be done, and who can I bring into the process. As I was adapting pieces in my breakpoints in the business, um, I noticed that they were paying for themselves, and I was bringing more quality to the customer, and I was making a little bit more profit. But then you grow a little bit more, the profits come down. But I didn't understand none of that. I finally say, I'm doing something wrong. About 4 years ago, I said, no, I'm doing something wrong. I got to ask the opinion or something. I went to Tony Robbins, and I said, no, this is not for me. This is too inspirational.
Hold on, how did you, a construction guy, sorry, I'm judging, okay? But like you're a construction guy, you're a hard labor guy. How on earth do you get involved with think, oh, I'm gonna go to Tony Robbins?
Because you are visionary. Anybody that start a company is stupid, right? I say stupid because if you don't have the data, you don't got the process, you don't got all this, it's going to be impossible for you to survive. So you have to be an entrepreneur, a visionary, somebody that willing to go through risk. So that opens your mind to look for options. You got to look at videos. You got to look at how can you do it different, right? So actually, it was almost 5 years ago. I went and see him, and I'm like, no, this is not for me. And then I walk into a seminar with Grant Cardone, and this fucking guy comes in, and I'm sorry, my language. This guy is like, it was during COVID. He's like, guys, thank you for coming over here. Um, we're gonna put you all together. I don't care if you die from COVID. I'm gonna teach you what I have. I say, this is my guy. So I'm like, perfect. And then out of nowhere, Brandon started coming in with his glasses and did a little bit of speech. I say, this is it. So I went from Tony Robbins to Grant Cardone and then to Brandon Dawson. I push everybody away. I stick with Brandon Dawson and follow Brandon Dawson's lead, right? So now he's my mentor. I call him my mentor, my friend, and he calls me that too. But what I'm saying is that you have that vision that you want to do big things. So you're going to do whatever it takes when you're failing to be able to see what are you doing wrong so you can bring it back up because you got a team. You got a team. Back then we was doing like $37 million.
Oh, it's still huge numbers. I mean, you know a little bit about me and what I do, right? I came from
Mm-hmm.
corporate Swiss banking, uh, hit a glass ceiling, and I don't want to be working for anybody, especially those that don't believe in you, because you feel like you always got more to give and you're leaving something on the table. I'm not saying
Always.
being employee is a bad thing. I mean, I think that it can be a great thing as well. But for me, I got to the stage in my life said I'm waiting for somebody to give me an opportunity, and I'm like, I'm done
No, you got to
waiting.
create it. You got to create it.
So
Actually, right now, starting a business, I don't think is a good idea. I think right now, figure out how you can be the person that can take the business to the next level, identify the weakness and the problems of the company, and go to the owner and say, "Look, let me fix this for you. Let me prove you. Let me show you. Can you give me part of your business?" That easy. Right now, we're in the era of collaboration is the new currency, right? So why start a business where there's so many businesses falling apart that you can come and add something, do something to them, improve them based on your knowledge. And if you can identify pieces you want to go and grow a business, it's harder. Just stick with that one and you get 10%, it'll be better than 100% of a business that you're going to go and fail because the reason you're probably going in because you're probably the visionary, or you're probably the doer, or you're probably the manager. So you still need the other two. You can't do it all and you're going to fail and you're going to be deep pockets. You're going to be miserable. You're going to work a lot of hours in your life. You're going to work almost 24/7.
So you think I should go in with, for example, a partnership with a company to make a difference?
I will go right now. If I start from zero, I will go and figure out the weakness of a company and I will impact the weakness of that. I'll go and work for them and I will say, I'm going to prove you I can bring the company to this level based on what I'm going to do. Whatever you master and help them, show them and say, I want 20% or 30% of your company. I will
I
do that.
got you. Okay. So it's going
I
to be a
will do that.
smaller company. It's not going to be a multinational. Okay. Yeah.
No, you can go to a $20 million company right now, a $30 million company. They're failing. There's a lot of businesses that they're falling apart because they're not adapting fast enough. They're not adapting to all this technology, software, CRMs, and all this BS that's coming because they're people they're integrated. They're probably getting close to retire, or there's a lot of situations out there.
So I know you did the 10x 360 program. I did it too, and that's all about leadership. It's all about personal, professional, financial goals. It's about being authentic leaders, the people keys, and all that. How important do you think that is?
The 10x360 actually is I really look as the first step where you can see the future of what you need in your leadership, what do you need on your growth. Are you ready to go in for what's next? It prepares you and it puts you there so you can see where you at and where you're heading and how you're gonna get there. Where you decide to go into the next level, that's when you commit. But you need that 360 to be able to commit because all of us business owners, we're committed, but it is not into Brandon or one of his team shows you the like the platform or how everything can look if you do everything right based on his 72 whatever, yeah, based on what he teach you, and then from there you see the future. But there's probably a lot of other companies that can help you do that, but I know that Brandon is number one in the world right now.
Okay.
He's the one
So,
that can help you, right?
so
But
like,
anyway.
so we've got a leadership coach here that sent me some questions earlier, and I've also got a fitness coach as well, two fitness coaches also. I've got a lot of coaches that come to me in my business and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and they want to impact. They're really purpose driven, and sometimes I buy their services because they're because I need what they got, and also, Victor, I'll tell you one thing: the I can service them better when I know what their service is.
Correct. Yeah, 100%.
I need to buy a house from
100%.
you. I need to buy property from you.
No, no, don't buy from me. I don't buy houses no more, bro. No, no, I'm
Okay,
not. I'm not
but
into the houses no more. I'm in the commercial now.
no, I know you are. But really, what I'm saying is that these people, they have great programs. Give me so like I'll give you an example. Somebody from who really is a phenomenal leadership coach, who can really turn around leaders in huge companies. What One of the questions we had is, what should they be doing right now to get more business to expand?
Yeah, number one,
Do you believe in
they
that
need
business, by the way, leadership coaching?
100%. 100%. Everything falls back on leadership. John C. Maxwell talks about that, the law of the leadership. Everything falls back on leadership, right? So for a lot of those coaches, I really believe that stay consistent is one thing, and showing their leadership and how they can carry leadership in others and carry them with them, right? The problem where they're going to fail and how they can mentor these leaders that are business successful business owners is they're going to get when they're going to get in the problem where the business owner is going to ask them how big you grow your last business, right? So this the business guy is gonna stop the coaching, the leadership coaching, just because he doesn't believe on how big of a team or how big of a revenue he grow in his business, because we supposed to ask those questions. You bring a CFO, you bring a COO, anybody, you got to ask what's the biggest thing and what is it for them if they're doing more than what you're trying to go. So what I'm saying is most of the time on the leadership team is like, what is your experience and how big you grow your last business, and he didn't have no business. So what is it for me to hire you? What leadership? Who you lead, right? How many people you lead? Why you talk about leadership? Because a lot of people get inspired from listening to John C. Maxwell or all these leaders out there, and they get it. They put a plan together, but the question becomes like, what is the biggest thing that you grow? What's the biggest crew that you lead, and stuff like that, and that's what's holding you from keep going more on steps, um, to keep growing in your potential, in your way to success, whatever you wanted to
So if,
achieve.
so if a leadership coach was influential in the leadership of I don't know, a $30 million revenue company and help them get clarity, retain their staff, improve performance, and improve, that could be a metric that could be interesting.
Yeah, but what is your experience? How do you hold that team, right?
Okay.
Because why? Okay, see, if it's a coach, right? So you also don't want to bring the wrong coach to your system, because now what is the biggest thing that this coach built, right? Because now what's going to happen is to retain your team, your leadership got to be way up. But if it's an outside person, let's say you fire him because it's costing you money, whatever. Now you don't have this person. Now this team can go away. So the leader needs to be mentored by the leader coach, right? So he can help the leader coach, the leader owner, keep going, elevating themselves, so he can keep attracting his team.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So, I mean, myself, and I'm going to ask you some questions for me. How do you feel about? I've got weaknesses. I'm aware. Oh, well, I'm aware of some of
We
them as
all have
well.
weaknesses.
That's what you know. You don't know what you don't know as well. Should I be sharing my weaknesses with
A
my
hundred
team?
percent.
You believe I should?
Oh, no, 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 no. you you got to share your weaknesses. Always talk about this. All depends on the circle that you're in. If I'm in a great circle where there's a lot of leaders, I want to show them my weakness so they can help me improve those weaknesses.
Got it.
100%. You go, you show your weaknesses to your team and all that stuff, you're falling apart. They're gonna leave you. They're gonna leave you. You got to figure out your weaknesses with that coach and get them out, so you can come back to your company and actually direct your team, so that you can keep attracting your team to keep following you.
Okay. Because I mean, for retaining employees, I mean, right now, um, I mean, I had some turnover in my company as well. But what do you think is
Are,
my biggest thing I should have to retain staff? Sorry.
so are you losing? Are you having a turnaround because put pressure on your team? because your leadership is not there, your communication is not there, you don't have your processes in place, your roles and responsibilities, you're not holding them accountable. Are you confusing them? What is it, right? That you haven't the turn, all this.
So, I mean, one person, one of my employees last year, I remember he was great, great employee. And one thing that happened was that we did the personal, professional, and financial goals. So everybody in the company, and I have
Mm-hmm,
very few employees, but I have a handful of employees.
mm-hmm.
But we do the personal, professional, and financial goals. What are your personal goals in 5 years? What are your professional goals? And I knew from that this person would not be staying in long term, right? They had their
So he
own.
already warned you.
Yeah, in the personal, professional, financial goals, I knew that was a path that they wanted to build their own gig. Okay, but this was like a salary, and they were doing great work, but it was to build their own thing. And they went off and did that. They even bought some real estate.
Wow.
Uh, and um, and then it's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be leaving. I expected it, but it came a lot faster than I thought.
No, so as leaders, so I'm gonna put my opinion on this. As leaders, you cannot show. So let me take it back. As leaders, you supposed to make it so hard for him to leave. Your job as a leader is to set him up for success so bad that he would think twice on leaving you. If you don't have that leadership and you don't feel comfortable holding these people, like you don't have a plan how you gonna hold this person, get rid of it. Get rid of him. Why?
Really?
Why you gonna play the? Why you wanna play the game? Why? Why you wanna play a game that he's on your clock, trying to build his business on your hours? It's and then the other thing that I see, 5 years too much. You need to do 2 to 3 year plan.
Two to
I
three
have
months?
people,
Okay.
yeah, 100%. Everything is changing so fast
Yeah.
that you gotta adapt to technology, you gotta adapt to people's BS, you gotta adapt to people don't have time, you gotta adapt to all these things that people say that they're not available, they're too busy, but they got so much BS on their heads that 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 they're not adding any value to themselves. So at the same time, they come and work with you and they expect all these things from you, but they still want to build their business with you. Why you need them? Get rid of them. Get rid of them. I have people come tell me, and they're good people. Victor, in a year, I'm not going to be here. I say, okay, this person is very sure what he's going to, let me prove him wrong. So now, based on the PPF goals, I start my process. I make sure I set them up for success, success, success. I show them the way, where they're going to be, how fast they're going to get there, how much money they're going to make there, and how impossible it's going to be for them if they start on their own, because I have a team. I've proven that I have a team that support that person over and over and over. So what is it for them? So after 2, 3 months, hey, I want to redo my PPF goals. I say, yeah, send it to me. Send it to me. Hey, I'm all in. Where you need me, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here with you 3 years, and that's it. Yeah, it changed.
Jeez. Okay.
It
I got you.
changed. You got to have a great, very high leadership, and got to set your team for success. 100%. If not, they're gonna leave you.
Where are you learning from? Where are you learning all this from?
Experience, bro. I went down through a lot of BS in my life, and from cancer with my kids, from coming here early, from people not believing in you, from you proving every day who you are and who you need to be and where you're heading. It's super impossible. And it's not that people don't believe, it's just that you don't believe. How do you break that habit of you from building business, from people screwing you, from time, money, and energy, from mentors, from when you add all these pieces together, now you got AI, now you believe in a God, you believe on somebody. So when you put all this stuff together, finally you see the vision and you start putting your own things, your own life together, and how you're gonna get there, right? So that's where I'm learning life, and I pay mentors to have mentors, and then problems. Problems, I think, is the best, because it will give you a solution. Any problem. I love problems. The bigger the problem, the bigger the solution.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. If you're not setting yourself to fail, if you're not set every day, you're not making a lot of decisions.
You remind me. I read that book from the Netflix founder, and he said this when he started Netflix. Um, he said, what's our success rate? And every show was a hit. And he told his team, if I remember correctly, um, our success rate is too high. We're not taking enough risks. Push the
100%.
boundaries further.
You said it at the beginning when you start that we have so much to give. We have so much potential, and you said it something like that. Like I don't think we're use it enough. Yeah, 100%. You know, this body, this mind is designed to protect, right? Is designed to go into fire and adjust to fire, and we don't push ourselves nothing. We're so comfortable in our freaking lives that we think everything is gonna come handle because you did one thing right. Yes, back then, back in the 93, 97, 2002, yeah, you do one thing, you can keep that momentum. Right now, you have to stay consistent every day, every minute, every hour. You got to be winning every day. You cannot go back and say, "Oh, yeah, I did great." Yeah, what do you do now? No, you got to keep going because that's what life is right now. Whoever not stay consistent on their BS on whatever they want to go, it's coming out. It's coming. It's not going to fit on this world. A lot of the people, the older people, say, "Oh, I don't know what's going to happen to this world." The kids, look at the kids. Yeah, those kids are running this world, guys, right now. It's crazy, but those kids are running this world. They just let us live. So either you adjust to all this technology, all this BS that's happening, or you're gonna get left out, left behind. Yeah, you're gonna survive. You're gonna be out there in a corner and complain that they did this to you and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, no, I'd rather not be that person. I'd rather be the person that is going to go and crush it. I want to be the one showing the sample for these kids. Hey, I want to be like you guys. I want to be crazy. I want to be innovators. I want to be YouTubers. I want to be, I don't know, I hate all that. But guess what? I got to do it. If I want to be successful, I want to lead my team. I have to do it. I have to. As a leader, I have to try everything and anything. I say, I say that I will do whatever it takes, even if I got to sell my body, whatever I got to do. If I got to rent myself, whatever I got to do, I will do it because I'm not stopping. I got to keep going, Faisal. That's why when you say that the people's comfortable, they're really, really comfortable. They're really, 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 really comfortable in their lives. Nobody is given not even a 40%, not even 40%. I don't care who's watching right now. They're not giving their 40. I want their 60. And you see how much their lives are going to improve. Nobody's obsessed to their success. They're obsessed that somebody's going to give them the success.
Right. They're obsessed that somebody's going to give them the success.
Yeah.
We just had this
I'm
comment come in. Somebody just shared this quote. Richard Branson says, train people well enough so they can leave, treat them well enough so they don't want to.
yeah, don't yeah, he's right. 100% right. A lot of people, a lot of business owners, what do we do? We pay them enough so they don't leave. And they do enough so you don't fire them. So just treat them well. Go back, check their what are they making, what are they doing, all that stuff. Hold them accountable and pay them whatever they deserve. Because sometimes you bring other people that they're gonna come and clean some of your BS, but you got teams in your company that doing a well job, and because they've been with you or their family members or whatever, you just that you're not paying them enough. You're not paying
Right.
them well.
Okay, man. I got a question for you now about my business because you know
Oh,
what we do at the N
oh my
Academy.
God.
We help people with LinkedIn. We help them find clients, blow up. I asked ChatGPT earlier, um, what do you know about Victor Galvan? That's all it says, and it's kind of like, can you see that? All that
Yeah, who
text.
Victor Galvan is. Victor Galvan is a business owner, investor, life coach, speaker, and host of the 24/7 Mindset podcast. He also promotes mentorship and business, blah, blah, blah. Yep, yep, yep.
So can you see where it looked first? Where there
LinkedIn.
was LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
What do you know about LinkedIn, my man? My 30-year-old
I
veteran in
uh I
construction.
uh I put all my eggs in LinkedIn. LinkedIn.
Why?
LinkedIn is the next big thing.
Why do you
I
say that?
you know, this is LinkedIn is where decision makers are. Every person that's on LinkedIn is a decision maker. If you got access to decision makers that easy and you're not promoting yourself on LinkedIn, you're not all in on LinkedIn, you're missing something big. Uh, I don't believe no more in Instagram, TikTok, yeah, because you may go viral, something that attract your business. Facebook, if you're doing service, 100% Facebook. You need to be on Facebook, 100% if you do service, because that's where the older people that still own houses that's gonna call you, right? But yeah, LinkedIn is the next big thing to blow your businesses and to take your business to the next level. I really believe that LinkedIn is the next big thing, and I still gonna put all my eggs in there. And you know me, I'm committed to you. I know you been helping me, supporting me for a long time. Make LinkedIn great again, right? We met we met a long time ago, and I I was thinking same as you. We align right there.
No, I love that. Victor, you must get a lot of people trying to sell to you, trying to ask you for something, ask you for a favor. Can you get me a job? Can you give me money? Can you start my
On
um
LinkedIn, yeah.
no, or not even LinkedIn. I'm talking about life now.
Oh,
I'm talking
live,
about
okay.
life.
Hmm.
Does that happen? Is that true? You get a lot of people
Yeah,
wanting something from you?
somehow, but you got to separate from that type of environment. If you don't- if you still surrounded for
I
those
have
people
that.
that keep, okay, so you're on the wrong place. Got to get up. Got to get up to the next level. Got to get uncomfortable because yeah, you're on the wrong place right now. You around friends, family, and people that they call you friends that they're not your friends, and you're just too exposed to all this BS. That's why I change my numbers so much. Every time I break a step on leadership, I change my number. How many times I change a number from 904 to 407 to I changed in the last year and a half, 2 years. I changed three numbers because I want to throw the data away, those people away, and that's it. Yeah, I don't have those problem no more.
Wow. Okay. So you just say I'm in the wrong place.
You're definitely in the wrong place right now. If people's asking you for money,
Not so
or
many,
you're
but they always slip in less and less
let
and
me let
less.
me let me ask you: if your employee is asking you for money, you need to pay them more or get rid
Employees
of them.
know. Employees
Okay.
have not asked me for
Yeah.
money.
One thing about my business is that I do right. I will never want my people to be suffering. I want them to represent me because they're doing well, right? So I never had that problem where the employees come and ask me for money. They may go through a cancer, whatever. What we do, we probably collect money from everybody, and then we put a $12,000, $20,000 pocket so because we know that the problem that they got to do, that they're gonna be off work, whatever, right? But that's different.
Um, Before, just whilst we're on the health thing, by the way, gathering money, I found myself at the Health 10x Health booth with you. You remember
Hmm.
we were there? I don't know what the hell were you doing there at 6 o'clock in the morning or something. We were there before it opened in Vegas. People are
We
going
just we
partying.
just we just committed, bro.
We were at Starbucks coffee. I bumped into there and we went to the lounge, and you bought me an IV drip,
Yeah,
and then you gave me your transparent Amex card, and you told the guy to buy me the full health check scan bloods. Do you remember that, or do you not
hundred
even?
percent. I tell you, I got the biggest heart, the softest heart.
You
Yeah, I
spent over
don't.
$1,000 on me on my health.
Hundred
But I also
percent.
want to tell you something. Off the back of that report, they said I was borderline pre-diabetic. I had a what's called a hemoglobin A1C of 6.0%. So that's pretty bad. It's very high blood sugar. I had
Hmm.
a one-on-one call with Dr. Carey, who is like the number two from Gary Brecker, who's taken over 10x Health. She got a call. She goes, I don't know where this sugar's coming from. I'm like, I don't do soda. I do black coffee and everything. She goes, wear one of these glucose monitors on your arm, and it's going to tell you. Holy damn! I wore one of
Where it
those.
was coming?
It's coming. It's sneaking in like balsamic vinegar.
Wow.
I'm in Switzerland, so we might have a small croissant occasionally, but a corner of a croissant just sends it crazy because I'm
Wow.
genetically predispositioned as from my ethnic origins are all like India, Pakistan, and all that. I'm genetically predispositioned that I react differently to like Europeans, and I'm in Europe, and I found all that. I cut it out, and I've managed to reduce my blood sugar, and it's now at a safe level. So thank
Wow.
you, Victor,
Hundred percent.
for helping me out with my health. You didn't
100%.
know that, did you?
This is my list of results that came from that I already fixed.
You fix them?
From Oh yeah, so the only bad ones was no Red Bull, nothing like that. But it says I got to
What
drink
was your
more
HB?
coffee.
What was your HbA1c? Do you have that or on that
I,
list or
I
not?
don't know. I don't know what that means. All I know, I'm healthy as hell, and I got my packages. I got all my Victor Galvan packages, all my vitamins here, all my
Oh,
weight prescription, and all that stuff. So, if I don't need, this is enough. Almost, I still gotta eat, right? But
yeah.
yeah, it changed my life. I know exactly what's wrong with my body. So my B12 was, I wasn't, my cells wasn't awake. It wasn't picking up the cells wasn't collecting B12. So guess what? I got enough B12. So they also identify, I don't drink much, but they also identified that the wine or the alcohol was draining a little bit. If it was no B12, there was saturating my body like crazy. So I'm like, no wonder sometimes I feel like crap, right? If I drink a glass of wine, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing. So on the other one, no pastas, no sodium foods like canned foods. Anything else, no problem. I can eat as much as I can eat, like 80% fat from cook
Yeah.
from home, and no problem. Like my health is so perfect. I'm like, fuck, this is good.
Amazing, man. So, but thanks. I want to tell you that because I wouldn't have
But
been.
you
I wouldn't
okay
have done it.
now? You okay now? Let's
Let's
go,
go.
100%,
Let's go.
100%.
Victor, tell me about before I go. Tell me about the 20. I've got a question. What's the 24/7 mindset that you talk about? What is? Can you just define it? I listen to your podcast,
I
24/7
I
mindset.
I believe. You remember people's doing 40%. So they got a person inside them that always want big things. They always want to go after more. And sometimes that person wake up. That's why sometimes people do better. They raise it to 60, 80%, and they're crushing it. It's the 24/7 mindset person that you got inside you. That's inside you that you don't let come out. Be that person. Let that person come out. Let the inside person be the new person and get rid of the old one. That's what 24/7 mindset mean. You got to be obsessed to go after after whatever you want to do, after your wins, after your success, after your family, after whatever you have. You got to be obsessed to be successful, because if not, you're not going to make it. Because if you that person, you are that leader, be careful who's telling you good job, because you look at him, what did he achieve, where he's going. Did he get in the right way? Did he achieve bigger things than you? If he's getting the right way and achieve better things than you, listen to them. But if not, just keep going. You gotta push yourself. So that's the 24/7 I'm talking about. You gotta be that dog that follows the truck, that follow that stake. You gotta
That
be
means,
that
yeah.
person that push yourself. You have to push yourself. You don't allow others to tell you good job. You have to tell yourself. You got to push yourself. You got to tell yourself you're doing a good job. That's the 24/7 mindset that I talk about. You have to get that person that inside you that wants bigger things, that wants the Rolex, that wants the cars, that wants the bigger house, that wants the big money. Get them out. Go after the big money. Go after the Rolex, and that's gonna put you to think and say, "What the hell I just did?" But it's going to push your mind to go after more money. It's going to push yourself to, it's going to put you in a comfortable area so you can go for more. That's 24/7 mindset.
But why do we want to go for more?
Why not?
Why when we've got enough? That's what I
Who,
hear.
who
Well,
has enough? Whoever's comfortable. I don't think God or the universe or whoever you believe on it want you in this life. You always got to go for more, because as you go for more, automatically you create more opportunities, you create more space, you impact more people, you help more people, because the better you're doing, your heart gets better and you start supporting more. You carry a bigger team. So always go
okay.
for more.
So
You
it's
have to for others.
for others.
When you get to a level, it's not for you no more. It's for others. And
Got it.
that's where success comes in. That's when the fun comes in. That's when you say, I would never, never, never retire. That's me. I will never retire. Why? I'm enjoy what I do now.
I feel the same way, man. I do.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So
No, amazing. Thanks, Victor. Hey, man, I wanted access to your brain to ask my questions, for and get to know you a bit more. Thanks so much for sharing this time with me. I
100%.
I know you're a big believer in AI too in the future. You're investing in AI as well, right? In your
I don't know
companies.
much, but I'm investing. Yeah, 100%. You have to. You have to. If guys, if you're not growing, you're dying, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna invest in a lot of AI. Be careful, right? How do you invest? Because there's a lot of programs, a lot of situation, a lot of things moving, right? But the key of all this is you got to stay moving with whatever's changing because if you don't start right now and you wait for later, you just lost all this growth and all this experience that can help you identify the right decisions where AI is going and how you're going to invest and how you're going to become millionaire right from that. So I always say that I it's like adding a software. I'm implementing a software may take me 6 months and there's a new one coming in. I'm already pushing this one and bringing another one and kicking this one out. But you always got to be implementing. Even if I haven't paid the year package, I'll pay the year and get rid of it because a lot of times the dollar sign will stop you from growing. So what I'm saying, always stay adapt to what's moving, what's hot out there. And I'm not saying follow the shiny objects. I'm just saying stay consistent on what your vision and what you believe to achieve that.
Okay, man. Thank you so much. I'm going to do that then. So, okay, so that's actually one thing. Another thing I've got for you. So, if my subscription is not serving me, just throw it away and just get the new one and just keep testing, keep pushing on the
Yeah.
tools. Okay, man.
uh,
Thanks, Victor. Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for your time. We went over, but I appreciate it.
No, great job, Faisal. Thank you for
Thank
everything.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you,
having
buddy.
me. I
Thank you for the
appreciate it.
24/7 mindset. I'm
All
gonna keep
right.
listening to that thing. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. God bless. All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye.